In the wake of the mass exodus of the 120,000 Artsakh or Nagorno-Karabakh residents to Armenia, 6 families that were forcibly displaced have found refuge in Jaghatdzadzor village in Gegharkunik region. Nerses Avagyan and Mariana Manasyan's family had to leave their home in Artsakh's Vank village. As they grapple with this sudden horror, they look towards the future in a new community with numerous challenges along the way.
I was at home on the day of the explosions, and when I heard them, I was so scared. Then we went to our village basement bomb shelter and hid there. That day, we stayed in our village. We stayed the night, and the next day they took us to the airport by a Kamaz truck. We didn't know the people who took us. When we arrived, it was night, and only then we got to know each other. They told us that we should stay here until they find a house for us.
This family, much like countless others from Artsakh, arrived in Armenia with nothing. World Vision Armenia is stepping in, offering essential support with food, hygiene packages, and crucial psychological assistance to families facing dire circumstances. Meanwhile, the children from families forcibly displaced from Artsakh are finding support by participating in groups at World Vision Day centers. The municipality provides us with an updated information database of the displaced population on a daily basis. They give us everyone's contacts and locations. We contact these people and our workers provide them with psychological and social support. We also provide food packages and hygiene packages to families according to their needs. Perry Mansfield, Senior Director of Operations at World Vision Middle East and Eastern Europe, is in Armenia to streamline and enhance relief efforts in the ongoing crisis.
I'm here to visit the displaced people from the recent crisis, and I'm also here to see the families that have so generously extended their hospitality to host these displaced people. I'm stunned. What has struck me is 2 things: the difficulty these people have had to face after 9 months of blockade, and then the trauma of losing their homes, their property, the travel. The family that we have just visited told me it took them a week to get here. They didn't have a vehicle. They weren't able to carry anything except their house clothing that they had and some supplies for the baby.
Nerses Avagyan is an electrician by profession, but the village where he now finds himself offers no prospects for electrician work, and it is difficult for him to find work in other areas without a means of transportation. Marta Asrian from Shushi also moved to Jaghatdzadzor with her 4 children. This is the second time they have been forced to leave their homes. Currently, her husband is receiving treatment in Yerevan for injuries. Marta's eldest daughter has also developed health problems as a result of the 44-day war in 2020. Elmira Mahramov has offered to host them in her 2-room house. 13 people are now living in Elmira's house, 8 of whom are children.
The war started on September 27. On that day, I was planning to send my child to school. Then they started firing at us. We couldn't have anticipated it. We were in the bathroom. It was chaotic. My husband was also at the military base, so he wasn't home to help. I had to go get the baby's bottle for my little one, Karinka. I had to go upstairs to get her bottle. I was with my older daughter and said to her, "Let's go, they won't hit again." I didn't realize that they would strike at that very moment. The explosion was far from the child, but it affected her. Her ears started ringing from the noise. That is, she couldn't hear my voice. I was shouting when she finally came back. She kept repeating, I realized that my child couldn't speak.
In the 2020 war, Marta was providing medical aid to the wounded, and she was also injured. She also has an abdominal hernia.
I'm still living in poverty, and we're experiencing displacement again. We've been cut off from our homeland again.
A few days later, Marta's 5th child will be born. She wants to continue her life in Jaghatdzadzor because it is peaceful in the village. As for World Vision, the organization says they plan to stay in touch with these families in the long run and support them with whatever they can.